guys, it's Jessie V. So this is not going to be a super long story time by any means, but I know I haven't done a story time in a little while, so I wanted to kind of think about something that I could tell you guys. And the other day, oh man, I thought of this story and I was like, okay, I'm going to tell it. And also I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about something. I see a lot of comments, people saying that I don't do story times as often as I used to, and that I'm running out of ideas. And that's not the case. I'm definitely not running out of ideas. I'm pretty inspired all the time to make videos. The reason why I haven't been making as many story times is because honestly, the first 2 years of my YouTube career, I just told stories almost all week long, and those were the bulk of the interesting stories that I had. And yes, I do still have more story times to tell, but you guys have heard the most important ones and the most significant, interesting ones, I guess. So the ones I'm telling now are things that have happened recently, or things that I'm just like sporadically remembering from my past. So I'm not out of story times, but I don't have as many as I used to, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to spread them out. But anyways, this story time happened last year. It was when I was looking for a place to get my first tattoo done. As you guys know, I have a tattoo here. It's a token symbol. It's so weird because whenever I twist my hand, the tattoo gets like twisted, but like if I stand up like this, you guys can see it a lot better. But this is my Tolkien symbol tattoo, and then I also got my moon tattoo with my sister, and I don't really know why I got this one, but it was kind of the spur of the moment, and it's kind of cute that my sister and I have matching moon tattoos. I don't know. And yes, I'm showing it off right now. I actually, for summer, bought so many off-the-shoulder tops just to show off this tattoo. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so I was kind of stupid back when I was looking for a tattoo place, and I just wanted to find somewhere kind of near me, but that was also good. So basically, I went on Google and I just looked up the best tattoo places in my area. And I looked at the first few results, and I found this guy that had like, I think 4 out of 5 stars or something, and the reviews looked really good, and people were saying he was amazing and was so talented and all of this stuff. So I was like, he sounds perfect. I'm just gonna go to him. He's close by, it's very convenient, I'm just gonna go there. So I remember calling the guy because I wanted to book an appointment ahead of time, and he picks up the phone and I'm like, well, when are you free to do a tattoo? Can I book a time? And he was like,
oh no, just come in, just come over, I'll just do it, like just come over whenever.
And I thought this was kind of weird because usually you have to like pre-book a tattoo because they, you know, they're usually busy and they need a certain amount of time to do it. So that should have been my first warning. That should have told me, you know what, Jess, this guy must not have a lot of clients if he's so free to do your tattoo whenever. But you know, stupid Jessie and her brain didn't really think that. So I just decided to go and head over to his tattoo studio that day because I wanted to get my tattoo that day. And this is where I should have just turned around and went home, because when I arrived at what I thought was his tattoo studio, it actually wasn't a studio or a public building at all. It was a house in a neighborhood. And this neighborhood, it's one of those really old, sort of worn down neighborhoods. The house looked like it could have been over 100 years old. The lawn hadn't been mowed in probably 3 years. It was like a jungle just trying to walk up to his house. Some of the windows were broken. It was not a nice looking house. And you would think, you know, if you were a smart person, you would look at this house and be like, yeah, I'm not getting my tattoo there. But, you know, me over here, I was like, you know what? Don't judge a house by its cover. Wait, what? That's not a saying. But you know what I mean, right? I was like, you know what? I shouldn't judge the exterior because maybe he's a really amazing tattoo artist. So I walk up to his front door and there's like a sign on the door and it says, please do not knock. Enter through the back basement. And I was like, enter through the basement? What? And then there's like an arrow pointing towards the side of the house. So I start walking around the house and there's like a back door with stairs going all the way down into this dark basement. Listen, I am not a good influence right now. Kids, children, little beings, if you're watching this right now, don't do what I do, okay? Just don't do what I do. Learn from my stupid mistakes. And by the way, I wasn't alone. If you guys are worried, I was not alone. I had someone with me, which is the only smart decision I made that day. The only one. That's the only one. So I go down these creepy, dark stairs. And like, you know the sound of a tattoo gun or whatever they're called? I don't know what they're called, but it's like that loud, like, zzz, you know, the buzzing sound. You could like hear that in the darkness of the basement. And I'm walking down and I'm like, this is how I die. Like, this is from a horror movie. So I walk down there and there's like a couple lamps on. So yeah, like there's lights. And in the back corner, I see this guy. And I guess this was the tattoo guy. He looked like a werewolf. I'm not, like, listen, I'm not even over exaggerating. I know I'm dramatic, but this guy had so much hair on him that he could have been mistaken for a bear. Alright, I could have walked down into that basement, face on with a bear. But he's in the corner tattooing this really creepy guy. He's lying on a table, like literally a table, like a kitchen table. He's lying on a table, getting his tattoos done, and this guy is just full of tattoos already. And they both look over at me and wave, and I was like, uh-oh. It's too late now, they've already seen me. So I walk up to them, I go up to this bear man, bear wolf, a bear wolf, not a werewolf, a bear wolf. And I guess he's expecting me because he was like,
Oh, you're the girl on the phone, right? You were the girl who wanted to get the tattoo today.
and in that moment, I started regretting my decision, so I was like, well, maybe not today. I just kind of wanted to meet you first to see, you know, if you liked the tattoo, like I was just talking, I don't even know what I was saying. In my head, I was like, I just want to get out of here. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this tattoo artist, you know, to clean like the skin where you're getting the tattoo, he was using a bottle of rum. Yeah, a bottle of rum. And what he would do was he would take a swig and he would just pour the bottle over this person's skin, and I was like, this is not the proper way to do tattooing. Like, what? But like, in case you guys were wondering, he was a really good tattoo artist, like in terms of the way he was designing and doing the actual tattooing part. It was beautiful. Like, it was flawless. Like, people were right. He was a darn good tattoo artist. But like, the atmosphere and like the stuff he was using, I don't trust it, you know? So he turns to me and he's like,
I could do your tattoo right now if you want.
and I was like, you know, how about next week? I could totally do next week. And in my head I was like, I'm not doing next week, but I'm gonna tell him this so I could leave. And he goes,
No, I can't do next week. That's bear hunting season. I'm hunting bears.
and at first I thought he was joking. I was like, no, what? You're hunting bears? He's like,
Yeah, I take this very seriously. I'm hunting bears next week, and then I'm probably hunting them for the next 3 weeks, okay? It's bear hunting season.
so I was like, you know what? Okay, you hunt your bears, all right? And I'll call you in a month and we'll organize something. Okay, bye. And then I like ran out of there and I never saw him again. And I went to a legit tattoo place to get this tattoo and I have no regrets doing that. But yeah, I just thought this was a silly little story time. Don't go to weird tattoo places. Make sure it's legit. Maybe go somewhere that was recommended to you by someone you know. That's just a better option, you know? Stay safe, guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this really short weird story time. And yeah, have an awesome rest of your day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!